Good morning, all the students. You are welcome to my today's class. We have already started chapter 5. You know that. The title of this chapter is Critical Reasoning. From yesterday, uh, we started talking about key concepts of critical reasoning. So we'll discuss some more key concepts. And from the next week, we'll start the first topic of your syllabus, that is analyzing reasoning. First topic given in chapter 5 of your syllabus. Next week, we'll do this. So to recap what we discussed yesterday, logic is a science of valid reasoning. It is a way of thinking or explaining something. It is the study of methods and principles used to distinguish correct from incorrect reasoning, sound from faulty reasoning. I explained this concept with examples in the previous class. The person who evaluates, or let's say analyzes, somebody's ideas, statements, or arguments is called logician. A logician evaluates the appropriateness, validity, and soundness of a particular logic, particular argument, or particular reasoning process. We also talked about the meaning of critical thinking yesterday. Simply, critical thinking is an act of analyzing, interpreting, and evaluating ideas, statements, opinion, and arguments of somebody on the basis of certain criteria, certain proven criteria or standard. A critical thinker very actively, persistently, and carefully considers a belief or supposed form of knowledge to decide whether it is right or wrong, acceptable or unacceptable, valid or invalid, true or false, and so on. I told you about this thing last time. A critical thinker observes an argument. He or she identifies the elements of that argument. Then he or she evaluates the soundness and validity of that argument. He or she clarifies and interprets somebody's opinion, somebody's ideas, somebody's reasons or reasoning, argument, and so on. He or she judges everything very objectively, neutrally, or in unbiased way, in an unbiased way. A critical thinker does not take anything for granted. I told you this thing yesterday. Don't forget this. A critical thinker does not take anything for granted. He accepts or rejects, or he judges. He judges everything on the basis of evidences, on the basis of proofs, on the basis of logic. Okay? I think you understand this. You might have revised these things yesterday at home.
Yes, sir. And critical thinker not only evaluate other argument, he evaluate his own argument also, sir.
Yes, you are right. Exactly. Bhuvan Pandey, I'm so proud of you. Exactly. Whatever you said, it is correct. A critical thinker not only observes, analyzes, evaluates somebody's argument, but also his or her own argument. he or she judges others' argument as well as his or her own argument. He not only judges others' argument, production of others' argument, but also he or she produces, constructs the argument. And all these arguments are judged objectively, neutrally. There are certain criteria, certain standards to judge, to evaluate those arguments, those reasoning processes. This is all about critical thinking. If you possess these qualities, you are a critical thinker. Do you possess these qualities? Do you judge somebody's statement, opinions, ideas on the basis of certain accepted standards, scientific standards? If you do so, you are a critical thinker. If you take something for granted, if you blindly accept anything without questioning it, without doubting it, without evaluating it, without thinking about the consequences of it, you are not a critical thinker. And in this chapter, we'll discuss how we can be a critical thinker and how to analyze those arguments and how to produce our own arguments. Okay, we discussed this thing also yesterday. Next topic is reasoning. It is another key concept in critical thinking, critical reasoning. What is reasoning? Reasoning. Okay, simply using reason. Okay, using reason. Okay, to draw certain conclusion, to claim something. त्यसलाई reason गर्नु भन्छ. कुनै क्लेम गर्दा, कुनै कन्क्लुजन ड्र गर्दा यो कारणले यो हो भन्नु, त्यसलाई रिजन भन्छ. नेपालीको त बुझ्ने तरिका भयो, तर लेख्ने चाहिँ कसरी त? Reasoning is an act or process of drawing conclusion from facts, evidences, or let's say available information. हामीसँग उपलब्ध नलेज, इन्फर्मेसन, फ्याक्ट, एभिडेन्सको आधारमा कुनै नयाँ नलेज ड्र गर्छौं भने, नयाँ इन्फर्मेसन ड्र गर्छौं भने, नयाँ प्रपोजिसन ड्र गर्छौं भने, नयाँ स्टेटमेन्ट ड्र गर्छौं भने, that is called reasoning. तर्क गर्नु भन्न सकिन्छ. So it is an act or process of drawing conclusions from facts, evidences, etc. It is simply a movement, okay, from reasons to the conclusion. Reasons are also called premises. कुनै रिजनबाट कुनै कन्क्लुजनमा त्यो रिजनले सपोर्ट गरेको एउटा नयाँ कन्क्लुजनमा हामी मुभ गर्छौं भने त्यो प्रक्रिया भनेको रिजनिङ हो. Or reasoning is thinking about something in a logical way. कुनै कुराको बारेमा तार्किक ढंगले हामी सोच्छौं भने त्यो नै रिजनिङ हो. मैले हिजो सिम्पलमा बुझ्ने किसिमले भनेको थिएँ नि. What comes next भन्ने कुरा तार्किक ढंगले सोच्छौं. What happens भन्ने कुरा तार्किक ढंगले सोच्छौं. Why it happens भन्ने कुरा लजिकली हामी सोच्छौं भने त्यो प्रोसेस भनेको रिजनिङ हो. So it is thinking about something in a logical way in order to form a conclusion or judgment. It can be of two types, I have told you already, inductive and deductive. In inductive reasoning, we draw a general conclusion from specific reasons. Our reasons are specific, but conclusion is general. This is induction, inductive. लास्टमा एउटा थियरी डिराइभ गर्ने, एउटा कमन कन्क्लुजन डिराइभ गर्ने, त्यसलाई हामी इन्डक्सन भन्छौं. कुनै रुल डिराइभ गर्ने इन्डक्सन भन्छौं. डिडक्सन भनेको चाहिँ त्यसको ठ्याक्कै रिभर्स हो. So here we move from general reasons to general premises to specific conclusion. General to specific, general to particular. Okay, that is inductive type of reasoning. Now, next topic is, next key concept is argument. We all have to know the meaning of argument very clearly today, because throughout this chapter, throughout Unit 5, this word argument will be repeated dozens of times. Okay, that's why we have to know the meaning of argument this time first. Simply in a basic form, सामान्य बुझाइमा चाहिँ an argument is a group of statements. It is a group of statement. अब statement को ठाउँमा यहाँ चाहिँ हामी proposition भन्ने युज गर्छौं. अहिले proposition भन्ने हामीले पढेको छैन, बुझ्दैन, त्यो मैले statement नै युज गरे. It is a group of statements. जस्तो हिजो मैले एउटा स्टेटमेन्ट ग्रुप, तीनवटा ग्रुप स्टेटमेन्टको ग्रुप, तीनवटा सेन्टेन्स एउटा बनाएको थिए नि. If you recall, all human beings are mortal. Ram is a human being, therefore Ram is mortal. So here are three sentences, three statements. All human beings are mortal, Ram is a human being, and Ram is mortal. Three statements. So an argument is a group of such type of statements. Okay, and in those statements, some are reasons and some may be conclusion. One or more may be conclusion. A group of statements in which a certain conclusion, certain statement is supported by other statements. Certain conclusion is supported by certain reasons. The combination of reasons and conclusion is what? Argument. An argument is the totality of reasons, reason like premises भन्ने नि हुन्छ, reasons and conclusion. Reason र conclusion को totality, जसमा एउटा आर्ग्युअरले केही कुरा क्लेम गरेको हुन्छ, त्यो क्लेमलाई यो हो यो होइन भन्नको लागि उले केही चाहिँ प्रुफहरु, केही चाहिँ रिजनहरुले सपोर्ट गरेको हुन्छ. So that is what argument. It's the totality of what? Reasons and conclusion. It is a group of statements in which certain conclusion is drawn on the basis of available information, on the basis of available statements. For example, in the same example, all human beings are mortal. Ram is a human being, therefore Ram is mortal. Here are three statements. In these three statements, the first two statements, all human beings are mortal and Ram is a human being, they are what? Reasons. They are available information. Available information. Okay? They are what we know. हामीलाई थाहा भएको कुरा. मानौ फ्याक्ट भनौं, एभिडेन्स भनौं, जे भनौं. ओके? हो त्यो हामीलाई थाहा छ भने अहिले हामीले त्यसको आधारमा के हुन सक्छ भने व्हाट कम्स नेक्स्ट भन्छौ नि. What comes next? If so, what is the conclusion? भन्दाखेरि therefore Ram is also mortal. This is what? Conclusion. And an argument is the combination of both first two statements and the last single statement. Okay? An argument is a unit of logic. Logic को एउटा fundamental unit भनेको argument. Basic unit. Logic को basic unit. And logician ले critical thinker ले के गर्ने हो त भन्दा कि त्यो argument लाई जज गर्ने त्यो ठीक छ छैन भने कि त्यस्तो argument बनाउने हो के. Critical thinker ले के गर्छ? A critical thinker observes an argument, analyzes the argument, interprets the argument, and or evaluates that argument. He or she also produces such type of argument. Okay. अब त्यो अहिलेको मैले दिएको all human beings are mortal देखि therefore okay राम इज अल्सो मोर्टल भनेको जुन छ नि त्यो ठिक छ ठिक छैन भने समग्र पक्षको अध्ययन गर्ने काम आर्ग्युअरले गर्छ सरी क्रिटिकल थिंकरले गर्छ critical thinker. Okay, so in its basic form it is a group of an argument is a group of statements one or more of which एउटा नि हुन सक्छ दुईटा premises त्यसलाई reason भन्छ are claimed to provide support for or reasons to believe one of the other's conclusion. यसलाई simple मा भन्दाखेरि it is a group of statements in which one or more statements are used as the support for another one or more statement which are conclusion. Right? Very soon an argument is a group of statements, okay, in which one or more statements or reasons are claimed to provide support for one or more other statements which are known as conclusion. अब यो बुझेन होला कोही विद्यार्थीहरु बुझेन त्यो है बुझेन अब मैले के भन्छु यसलाई सिम्पलमा बुझ्ने तरिकाले भन्छु an argument is a group of statements in which a certain conclusion is okay drawn on the basis of available statements or given statements. Okay, त्यसरी बुझ्दा नि हुन्छ. It is a basic unit of logic. An argument is a basic unit of logic. It is a reason or set of reasons that somebody uses to show that something is true. Something is true भन्नलाई कुनै मान्छेले युज गरेको set of reasons group of statements त्यसलाई argument भन्न सकिन्छ. In other words, any group of proposition sentence or statement or any group of propositions in which okay conclusion is based on the reasons or premises can be called argument. So it is the totality of premises or reasons, reasoning process and conclusion. तीनवटा कुरा हुन्छ एउटा आर्गुमेन्ट बनाउँदाखेरि पहिला हामीलाई रिजन चाहियो अनि कोही स्टेटमेन्टहरु चाहियो अवेलेबल के इन्फर्मेसन हामीलाई जानेको हुनुपर्छ फ्याक्टहरु त्यसपछि त्यसको आधारमा हामीले सोच्नु पर्छ व्हाट कम्स नेक्स्ट भनेर सोच्नु पर्छ त्यसलाई रिजनिङ भन्छ. I have already told you the meaning of reasoning. Reasoning is a move from reasons to conclusion or premises to conclusion अनि अर्को चाहिँ कन्क्लुजन हुनुपर्छ त्योबाट हामीले एउटा कन्क्लुजन ड्रा गर्नु पर्यो लजिकली सोचेर एउटा कन्क्लुजन ड्रा गर्नु पर्यो. So it is the totality of what premises conclusions I mean reason and conclusion. For example, see here all human beings are mortal. Socrates is a human being, therefore he is mortal. This is an example of argument. Here these first two sentences all human beings are mortal and Socrates is a human being. These are reasons or premises, therefore he is a mortal. The statement he is mortal, it is conclusion. And the totality of what? Reasons, conclusion. Just see, let me annotate here. Let me show by annotating. Okay, just see here. These two. First time my writing is not good. Okay, so all human beings are mortal and Socrates is human. These are called reasons or premises. And this one, therefore he is mortal. This is conclusion. And totality of all, this is total. So this is what? Argument. Oh, I'm not habitual with this. Argument. Okay. Yes. So I hope you are clear. So let me go to next. And what about proposition? Proposition is synonymously used with statement. So proposition refers to the content or meaning of a declarative sentence. कुनै एउटा डिक्लेरेटिभ सेन्टेन्स सब्जेक्ट भाव अब्जेक्ट भएको सेन्टेन्समा ले के मेसेज दिएको छ त्यो भित्र के मिनिङ छ के कन्टेन्ट छ त्यो प्रपोजिसन हो. स्टेटमेन्ट आफै प्रपोजिसन चाहिँ होइन त्यो स्टेटमेन्टमा भएको मेसेज इन्फर्मेसन छ नि त्यसलाई प्रपोजिसन भन्छ. इन्फर्मेसन फाउन्ड इन अ डिक्लेरेटिभ सेन्टेन्स. फर इक्जाम्पल all human beings are mortal. This is a declarative sentence. And this sentence contains information, isn't it? Information about human beings, mortality. Human beings are mortal भन्ने एउटा इन्फर्मेसन छ नि त, सूचना छ नि त्यसमा, त्यो भनेको प्रपोजिसन हो. Okay, preposition होइन है, proposition. So it refers to content or meaning of a declarative sentence, or the pattern of symbols, marks or sound that make up a declarative sentence. कतिले चाहिँ डिक्लेरेटिभ सेन्टेन्स बनाउने कुराहरू के हो, जस्तो त्यहाँ एउटा मेसेज होला, सिम्बल होला, के होला, त्यसलाई पनि राखेको हुन्छ. तर हामीले सिम्पलमा बुझ्ने चाहिँ a proposition is a content, meaning or message embedded or found in a sentence or declarative statement, declarative sentence. In other words, meaning, content or message of a statement is proposition. So this is the meaning of proposition. Just say meaning, message, okay, or okay, yes, content. Just say. In other words, meaning, content or message of a statement is called proposition. If you just say, I am a BCA student, so your sentence is a declarative sentence and it has a message, it has a meaning, it has a content. Okay, it says that you are a student of BCA. त्यो information हो नि, त्यो proposition हो. Proposition may be in affirmative form or in negative form. Negative form पनि हुन सक्छ. I am not a student of science भन्नु, त्यो पनि proposition हो, तर negative मा भयो. But propositions are not in question form. Question मा हुँदैन. What is your name भन्ने proposition हुँदैन. किन त्यसमा के इन्फर्मेसन, त्यसले त के इन्फर्मेसन दिनु पर्यो नि त, डिक्लेयर गर्नु पर्यो त्यो. It has to declare. त्यो डिक्लेरेटिभ सेन्टेन्स मात्रै हुन्छ, क्वेसन हुँदैन. ओके, क्वेसन्स क्यान नट बी प्रपोजिसन. क्वेसनले त प्रपोजिसन माग्ने हो, यो भित्रै क्वेसन भित्रै प्रपोजिसन भन्ने हुँदैन. ओके, एन्ड इन लजिक, इन क्रिटिकल थिङ्किङ, we just see the propositions, I mean declarative sentences. Okay, yes, so I hope you understood this. Just keep this statement in your mind. In other words, meaning, content or message of a statement is proposition. It is either true or false. A proposition can be either true or false. The statement that you say, the statement you make may be either true or false. कि सत्य हुन्छ कि झुटो हुन्छ. हामीले बोलेको सेन्टेन्सहरु कि ट्रू हुन्छ कि फल्स हुन्छ. इन बिट्विन भन्ने हुँदैन. आदि सत्य आदि झुटो भन्ने हुँदैन. त्यसलाई हामी कि ट्रू मान्छ कि फल्स मान्छ. Okay, the quality of proposition is what? The attribute of proposition is it is either true or false. Proposition कि true हुन्छ कि false हुन्छ. Okay, so a statement may contain one or more propositions. एउटा statement मा एउटा proposition पनि हुन सक्छ, एक भन्दा बढी proposition. Simple sentence छ भने एउटा proposition भयो. Okay, normally. तर complex compound sentence हरु भने चाहिँ more than one proposition. जस्तो okay, I am a student and I study BCA भन्यो भने चाहिँ दुईटा इन्फर्मेसन भयो नि त्यहाँ. I am a student एउटा इन्फर्मेसन भयो. I study BCA भनेको अर्को इन्फर्मेसन. I am a student, I study BCA and I live in Mahendranagar भन्यो भने there are three propositions, three information, तीनवटा इन्फर्मेसन छ नि त. Okay, so proposition or statement may contain one or more propositions. They function as building blocks of an argument. They are the building blocks. They are the bricks of argument or reasoning. Reasoning का building blocks. An argument is made up of proposition. Without propositions, we cannot build an argument. We cannot make an argument. For example, just see here, all human beings are mortal. This is one proposition. Socrates is a human. It is another proposition. Therefore, he is mortal. Third proposition. And can you think of an argument without these propositions? Not. It's not possible. That's why arguments, I mean, propositions are called the building blocks of the argument. Argument का building blocks भनिन्छ proposition. यही मिलाएर चाहिँ यी propositionहरु कहिले चाहिँ कुनै चाहिँ reason मा युज हुन्छ, कुनै conclusion मा युज हुन्छ. Like suppose all human beings are mortal. Socrates is a human being. These are two propositions, and these propositions are what? Reasons. These propositions are used as reasons or premises here. Last sentence, therefore he is mortal. This is also proposition, but it is conclusion. So propositions are used to form an argument. to build an argument. Argument बनाउनको लागि हामी प्रपोजिसनहरु युज गर्छौं. Is it clear, my dear students? Is it clear? Are you clear about proposition? Propositions are the sentences, statements, which may be either true or false. They are mostly declarative sentences. Okay. Propositions simply mean the content, message, or information found in declarative sentences. In a single declarative sentence, there may be one proposition or more than one proposition. There may be dozens of propositions if the sentence is very long, complex, compound. And I have already told you that propositions are the building blocks of an argument. If you have any confusion, you can ask me. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So anyone can ask me, okay? Don't feel any hesitation to ask me. So far, I have told you the meaning of these 3 or 4 key terms. Logic. Logic is a science of valid reasoning. Don't forget this. Critical thinking, an act of interpreting, analyzing, and evaluating ideas or arguments on the basis of proven standard. I told you the meaning of reasoning. Reasoning is an act of drawing conclusion from facts or evidences. It is a move from premises to the conclusion. I told you the meaning of argument. Argument is the totality of reasons, a conclusion, and reasoning process. Okay, it is a group of statements. अब स्टेटमेन्ट मात्रै भनिरहनु परेन. अब मैले प्रपोजिसन भन्दा पनि पुग्यो, किन मैले प्रपोजिसनको मिनिङ भनिसकेको छु. It is a group of propositions in which certain conclusion is drawn from the given reasons or premises. Example यहाँ दिएको छ. Argument inductive पनि हुन सक्छ, deductive पनि हुन सक्छ. Okay. Proposition. Okay. Simply proposition is a content, meaning, or message found in a declarative sentence. Okay. So it's the meaning, content, or message of a statement or declarative sentence. It is either true or false. Proposition true or false. And these are the building blocks. And now next one is, what are the premises or reasons? Just see. पहिलो कुरा चाहिँ हामीले के जान्नु पर्यो भने यो रिजन र कन्क्लुजन भनेको प्रपोजिसन हुन्. प्रपोजिसन हुन्. तिनीहरु प्रपोजिसनबाट बनेका हुन्छ. अनि प्रपोजिसन भनेको के हो भन्दा मिनिङ, कन्टेन्ट, मेसेज फाउन्ड इन अ डिक्लेरेटिभ सेन्टेन्स भनेको स्टेटमेन्टको मा भएको जुन मेसेज छ, जुन कन्टेन्ट छ, त्यसलाई हामी प्रपोजिसन भन्छौं. अब त्यो पनि बुझ्दै बुझिदैन भने स्टेटमेन्ट हो भनेर बुझ्छ. ल, प्रपोजिसन भनेको एउटा स्टेटमेन्ट, क्वेशन होइन, कन्डिसनल सेन्टेन्स होइन, एउटा चाहिँ स्टेटमेन्ट हो. स्टेटमेन्ट त्यो नि बुझ्नै सकिएन, मरिहत्ते भयो, म त मर्नै लागे, यो प्रपोजिसन भनेको के हो भनेर नि अझै त्यस्तो छ भने प्रपोजिसन भनेको ल अहिलेलाई स्टेटमेन्ट भनौं. स्टेटमेन्ट ट्रू होला, फल्स होला. अनि आर्गुमेन्ट बनाउँदाखेरि इफ वी आर कन्स्ट्रक्टिङ एन आर्गुमेन्ट वी हैव टु युज प्रपोजिसन. अहिले मैले के भनेको छु, प्रपोजिसन्स आर बिल्डिङ ब्लक्स भनेको छु नि त. इटा हुन्, आर्गुमेन्टको इटाहरू हुन्, ढुङ्गाहरू हुन्. त्यही ढुङ्गाहरू जोडेर जोडेर एउटा प्रपोजिसन बनाइन्छ, सरी एउटा आर्गुमेन्ट बनाइन्छ. तर ती प्रपोजिसन दुई खालका हुन्छन्. प्रपोजिसनहरु, देयर आर टू टाइप्स अफ प्रपोजिसन्स. सम आर reasons, some are used as reasons or premises, some are used as conclusion. कतिलाई हामी reason भन्छौं, कतिलाई हामी चाहिँ conclusion भन्छौं. Some propositions are reasons, some propositions are conclusion. And now what are reasons then? What are premises? Those propositions which are affirmed or which are assumed as providing support for conclusion are called premises or reasons. कति सजिलो छ बुझ्नलाई. Those statements which are used to support the conclusion or those propositions from which we derive the conclusion are called reasons. Reasons are the available information, evidences, facts on the basis of which we draw new conclusion. What comes next? त्यसलाई रिजन भन्छ. जुन इन्फर्मेसन अवेलेबल छ, जुन हामीलाई थाहा छ, जसको आधारमा हामीले नयाँ कुरा निकाल्छौं, वाट कम्स नेक्स्ट भन्छौँ। जस्तो ए इज इक्वल टु बी भन्ने हामीलाई थाहा छ, बी इज इक्वल टु सी भन्ने थाहा छ भने देयरफोर सी इज इक्वल टु ए भन्ने नयाँ निकाल्यौँ। हो यस्तो अवस्थामा ए इज इक्वल टु बी or b is equal to c भनेको चाहिँ रिजन हो। ओके, यसैको आधारमा चाहिँ देयरफोर c इज इक्वल टु a निकाल्छौँ नि त। त्यो c इज इक्वल टु a भनेको चाहिँ कन्क्लुजन हो। त्योभन्दा अगाडिको चाहिँ a इज इक्वल टु b एन्ड b इज इक्वल टु c भनेको चाहिँ रिजन हो। सिम्पल मैले म्याथमेटिक्सको जियोमेट्रीको एउटा इक्जाम्पल दिएँ। हुन त मलाई म्याथमेटिक्समा 50 या 150 भन्दा नि आउँदैन, तर एउटा इक्जाम्पल दिएको। फेरि अरू चाहिँ नसोधा नि फेरि। तर मैले टी टेस्ट पनि पढाएको छु है। फेरि यसको मतलब फेरि मलाई त्यति कमजोर चाहिँ नसोच, मैले घुमाउरो तरिकाले भनेको। टी टेस्ट मेरो एसएलसीमा टपसम्म म्याथमेटिक्समा 83 आएको छ। अनि मैले यो बीबीए को 4th सेमेस्टर पुरानो पोखरा युनिभर्सिटीको 4th सेमेस्टरकोमा फन्डामेन्टल्स अफ लजिक भन्ने यति ठुलो बुक हुन्थ्यो। त्यसमा चाहिँ सिम्बोलिक लजिक भन्ने टपिक छ। हो त्यो सिम्बोलिक लजिकमा सबै चाहिँ त्यो भेन डायग्रामबाट त्यो लजिक भ्यालिड इनभ्यालिड हो हामीले चेक गर्नुपर्छ, प्रुभ गर्नुपर्छ। अनि अर्को टी टेस्टबाट नि गर्ने हुन्थ्यो। टी टेस्टबाट त्यो म्याथमेटिक्सको स्टुडेन्टहरू पढ्छ। ओके, त्यो नि पढाएको छु मैले, तर अहिले त बिर्सिसकेँ मैले। तर कुनै जमाना मैले स्टुडेन्टलाई चाहिँ म्याथमेटिक्स टिचरले पढाउँदा कन्फ्युजन भएको, तर मैले पढाउँदा क्लियर भएको अवस्थासम्म ल्याएको थिएँ। रातभरि पढेर के गर्ने, पढाउनै पर्यो। तर अहिले चाहिँ बिर्सिसकेँ, अहिले त्यो चाहिँ नसोध। अब जस्तो पी र क्यू को रिलेसन देखाउने हुन्छ नि। इफ पी देन क्यू भनेको इफ पी इज ट्रू क्यू इज ट्रू। पहिलो कुरा हामीलाई थाहा छ, इफ पी इज ट्रू देन क्यू। इफ पी देन क्यू भनेको पी ट्रू हो भने चाहिँ क्यू ट्रू हुन्छ। यो हामीलाई थाहा छ, यो कन्डिसन, दिस इज कन्डिसन। यसलाई कन्डिसनल सेन्टेन्स भन्छ। दोस्रो, वी नो दैट पी इज ट्रू। हामीलाई के थाहा छ भन्दा पी चाहिँ ट्रू हो भन्ने थाहा छ भने हामी के भन्न छ, व्हाट कम्स नेक्स्ट? भुवन, कैन यू से इफ पी इज ट्रू क्यू विल बी ट्रू। वी नो दैट पी इज ट्रू, देन what conclusion can you draw?
Will also be true.
Yes, q will definitely be true. How can you say that q will be definitely true? Because we know that we have the condition that if p is true q is true, q will be true, and we know already that p is true, so we can confidently say that, draw a conclusion that q is also true. अब यहाँ ध्यान दियो है, यहाँ ध्यान दियो। अब यहाँ दुईटा प्रपोजिसन, इफ पी देन क्यू, पी भन्ने चाहिँ के हो, रिजन हो। देयरफोर क्यू भन्ने चाहिँ के हो, कन्क्लुजन हो। अब यहाँ पढौँ त, हेर त। दोज प्रपोजिशन्स व्हिच आर अफर्म्ड or assumed as providing support for conclusion are called premises. प्रिमाइसेसलाई रिजन भन्ने पनि हुन्छ। यो बुकमा चाहिँ प्रिमाइसेस भनेको छैन, रिजन नै भनेको छ। So they are the statements assumed to be true for the purpose of an argument from which conclusion is drawn. यसलाई ट्रू मानिन्छ, यसको आधारमा कन्क्लुजन ड्र गरिन्छ। Premises are used to justify the conclusion. Reasons are used to justify the conclusion. अब यसलाई सिम्पलमा भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ those statements or those propositions on the basis of which we draw a conclusion are called premises or reasons. For example, let's go back to that example. Just look at this example. All human beings are mortal. Socrates is a human being. These are the reasons. We know that all human beings are mortal and Socrates is a human. If so, what can we say? What conclusion we can draw? We can draw the conclusion that he is also mortal. So here, the first two sentences, all human beings are mortal and Socrates is a human being, are reasons or premises. And on the basis of these reasons, the last sentence, he is mortal, is drawn. This conclusion is drawn. Then what is premises then? Premises are those statements, or reasons are those statements or propositions on the basis of which we draw the conclusion. Is this clear, dear students? Is this clear? Hello, students. Are you clear or not? Nisa Bhatta. Are you clear? Manish? Manish Ter? Is this clear?